Louisiana Republican Senator Elbert Guillory was at a hearing on a science bill, and the idea was to strike down the teaching of creationism so that the kids are not idiots in Louisiana. Well, Senator Guillory was against it. He's pro-idiocy. So let's listen to him here give the most ironic reason ever to be on this side of the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There was a time, sir, when scientists thought that the world was flat, and if you get to the end of it, you'd fall off. There was another time when scientists thought that the sun revolved around the world. And they always fought to ensure that anyone who disagreed with their science was a heretic. People were burned for not believing that the world was flat. People were really badly treated. My point, sir, is that not everyone knows everything. And in a school, there should be an open exchange of ideas. Knowledge only grows when people can talk about and have this intellectual back and forth, this discourse, with all ideas on the table. To restrict ideas is against knowledge and it's against education. Therefore, at the appropriate time, Mr. Chairman, I move that this bill be involuntarily deferred.
Oh, that was so bad. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, that guy is incredibly stupid. He's on a whole nother level of stupidity. He may have just bypassed Louis Gohmert in the marathon of stupidity. Did you really Scientists thought the world was flat. Scientists thought the sun revolved around the earth. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. That would be the religious leaders thought those things. He said scientists burn people at the stake in the name of science. If somebody said the world was round, they would burn them at the stake. Did he, in his own mind, mix the word science and religion? Did he, forget what both of them mean? Everything he accused scientists of doing is what religious leaders did. And by the way, if he were to take out the word science and put in the word religion there, then everything he said would have been true. But he attacks science for all of the wrongdoings and evil doings of religion. God, that's so sad. And by the way, in case you're wondering, because when I first saw this early on, I was like, why is nobody immediately responding and saying, untrue? They did go on there. There was another lawmaker who chimed in and was like, while I respect my fellow senator, Elbert Guillory here, allow me to politely disagree. And I don't know if you saw, one of the guys was smiling there when he said what he said. That guy goes on, one of the people who's at the hearing, the young kid there, he goes on to say, well, let's be clear about this. You're asking for more academic freedom, but academic freedom does not mean that in a math class they're allowed to teach 1 + 1 = 3. It doesn't go that far. And this is the thing, man. This is the tactic that the Republicans have been using on the issue of climate change, on the issue of evolution versus creationism. They've used this in many different areas. What they say is, teach the debate. No, you guys don't get it. There's a lively debate going on right now between the climate change believers and the climate change deniers. So just teach the debate. You got to teach both sides of the issue. It's only fair. You got to make it 50-50 because it is 50-50. So in other words, you say anything is debatable, and then you can say, let's teach it 50-50. But then all you need is one person challenging anything, and you have to teach both sides. But there are no two sides. I mean, that's like saying, well, we teach that reproduction leads to babies, but somebody, when they were 6 years old, their parents told them, actually, a stork brings it. So you got to teach the stork theory. Hey, 50-50, academic freedom, got to teach both sides. There's a lively debate going on. That's the same thing when it comes to climate change. That's the same thing when it comes to evolution. And this guy was arguing right there, well, we need to teach creationism alongside evolution because they need the academic freedom. There's a debate going on. We need to discuss the debate in this intellectual back and forth. Intellectual, my ball sack. Did you hear what you just said? It was factually incorrect.